Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the first promo of FC26 today with the Cornerstones promo. We've got all the news and leaks, guys. The full official team that is coming into packs today with their official stats. We have that. We're going to look at that along with multiple SBCs that have been leaked, including maybe the biggest one of the year, a pretty good looking flashback SBC, but that may not be dropped today. We'll talk about that, the evolution that is still leaked and out there, and the tournament that's coming today as well. This we've known about. It's been in game, the Cornerstones exhibition with some specific requirements. And on top of all that, we're going to discuss the market and the store packs, because that is what really matters today for prices on this game. Will EA drop 100k packs once again? Will prices drop because of that? Or will things go differently? We'll talk about that all and more in today's video. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's start with yesterday's content on Thursday, because there's some stuff we can't skip over. Firstly, our usual SBC release of marquee matchups brought a huge crash to silver prices on this game, which is great if you're looking to stock some silvers in your club as an investment, or to maybe just buy some cards to put in your silver team that we're going to be needed in the coming weeks for those silver tournaments as they're still on the docket, right? One thing I want to mention about this SBC really quickly is Crystal Palace and Liverpool players did go up in value because of this SBC, but the reason silver prices crashed is look at these packs. Mixed players pack, Electrum pack, small rare mixed players pack. These are all different packs that contain silver cards. And of course, marquee matchups right now is a place where you can pack tradable players each and every week. So myself and a lot of you guys are getting those SBCs done. And so that meant silvers got supplied a lot yesterday. This card, Melier from Leeds, the goalkeeper, was selling over 2,000 coins, and now he's under 1,000 coins. And this is how a lot of player prices dropped yesterday. Just like that card, Ethan Mbappe from 2,800 coins down to 600 coins. This created an incredible opportunity to get some silver cards that you want, either to put into your team or to invest in and put on your transfer list, or put in your team at a good price and hopefully sell for a profit later on. Because once again, guys, silvers are just some of the most rare cards on the game. Honestly, guys, some of the silvers that you look at on the market are more rare than icons. So what I would do is go through the game on Footbin here, go through the cards and find some silver players from whatever nation, whatever league you want to focus your club on, your squad on. Just stock some in the club. They're still decently low, but this is something that should happen just about every week on Thursdays, since those marquee matchups packs should supply silvers from those types of packs each and every week. So you can get investing on those if you would like. Now, other than that, kind of the only other content that we had yesterday, I do believe, was here in objectives with the refresh of the seasonal objective. Really not something super crazy there. But you know what? There is some SP there. There is going to be more SP refresh today on Friday. That is worth mentioning. There was one other piece of content, actually, almost forgot about this. There is an evolution, and it's a good one. I think it's a solid one, guys. It's the one-shot Evo. Remember the passing Evo that they made us pay 10,000 coins for +1 passing from earlier in the week? It's the same evolution as that, except it's free and it's for shooting. You can put a max 82 overall card in here and get +1 shooting up to 83, and you can do it twice. Actually, one of the most popular cards for this Evo right now is Chiesa. People are putting Chiesa into this twice, giving him +2 shooting and not increasing his overall rating, which of course sets you up for an even better card in the future for evolutions. This Pepe card as well is a very popular one that people are putting in. Once again, guys, if you Evo a live card, you may miss out on some of the upgrades that card has in the future if it does indeed obtain whatever it needs to do to get an upgrade from being a live card. I feel like that's worth mentioning there, and I wanted to talk about that. Now, before we talk about too much else, we got to talk about the market. I figured that we would talk about the market for what happened yesterday on Thursday so that we kind of learn from that, notice that, and are ready to act upon it again next week on Wednesday into Thursday, because there were some nice rises. Then we'll look at the market later on for what I expect today when we're talking about Cornerstones. Now, first of all, yesterday, the market did amazing. Guys, the Rivals Rewards time period looks like it's going to be, along with Squad Battle Rewards, a great time where coin coins get injected into the market and prices go up. Prices from Wednesday, as they were dropping all day long. Remember Dumornay's card just dropping, right? She went from 70,000 coins down to 60K, rose right back up to 70K after rewards. It was that great part of the market, the middle tier that we were focusing on, that did the best. Dumornay did very good. Cole Palmer went from 42K up to 48,000 coins. I still think that's a hold. I sold mine for the quick flip, but I still think that's a hold. There were plenty of other cards that did good. The Vitinhas that I was able to pick up. Due, I only bought one of him. I sold him too early. He went from 45,000 coins to 55,000 coins. So if you got any cards yesterday and you got involved with that market rise, it was really, really good. Again, we must mention that this sort of trade is perfect to sell before the content drop, because as you can see, right, boom, he went up in price with rewards, not giving a lot of supply, but putting coins on the market. And then we had marquee matchups, which supplies cards tradable, right? And he went kind of back down. Most graphs looked like this from yesterday. So just remember that next Wednesday, if the market's been dropping Tuesday into Wednesday, Thursday should create a great opportunity to pick up some cards and make some profits. And every Thursday, we're going to be looking forward to that with the way Rivals rewards look. Now, part of yesterday's content as well, which maybe helped the market, was the early access finale tournament. Now, I've played all 5 of my entries from this. I did not win the tournament. I made it to the semifinals twice, but did not win the whole thing. This was probably some extra gameplay demand for people to build the best squads they possibly could just to chase after those rewards. That tournament was sweaty, and I had fun though. I did. I felt like I got better at the game yesterday. Still early doors. We're still learning a lot of how to play this game. The new patch, of course, was out yesterday. I can't lie, I wasn't focused on trying to figure out if it felt too much different. I didn't think that it was. I will say though, I had a lot of connection issues with ping, and that was something I actually just tweeted about a little bit ago. An EA guy responded to me, and it seems like that's been something that's been happening. And the daily EAFC tweet checks are something that we're doing now on this channel for the videos, because the EA Sports direct communication account keeps tweeting all the time about these kind of small annoying issues that are happening, and I'm feeling it right now. I know some of you guys have still not been able to log on to the game. Server connectivity, the path to pro objective is not working correctly, which actually I just played some Rush to see if it was fixed. It is not fixed, so for that one, for me, I'm kind of a recipient of this as well. Hopefully we'll be a recipient of the compensation for that, since I have not got my 86 plus pick from that. But like every day now, they're tweeting out some small things that are happening to the game. You know, unable to find opponents. They just tweeted a bit ago about keep those votes coming for the gameplay patch. I tweeted about that yesterday, because it's kind of crazy that we as the community can go into Discord and vote on how we feel the game is. I feel like there's not enough votes, only 4,000 votes on that. There should be a lot more, to be honest. There must not be a lot of people in that Discord, or maybe they should tweet it out and do like a Twitter poll, since this account does have like, 1.2 million followers. That'd be a good way to get a lot of feedback. But I do like the communication, even though some of these small things, as we mentioned here, get us frustrated and we're like, oh, why can't this game get fixed and stuff like that. It is nice that they are communicating like this, because they never have before. And hopefully when these things get fixed and they say, oh, it's done and good, that the things just keep getting fixed quicker with better communication. And it's just nice to see that whole process through, so that we're not just sat there wondering, well, when's this going to get fixed? So that's one thing that I noticed yesterday. It feels like we're going to be talking about whatever this account tweets every single day, because it affects some of us, if not all of us. Now, guys, let's get to what we need to discuss today, and that is the Cornerstones promo, because we saw this little splash screen in game yesterday, this news tab, but we know these cards because the full entire squad of Cornerstones Team 1 was leaked yesterday. These are the cards that we could pack for the first promo Friday of FC26. Some of them look good, some of them don't. Again, note, Cornerstones Team 1 is being mentioned here. It looks like this may be a 2-week promo. Let's zoom in for a closer look here on these cards. The top row and the second row look amazing and look good. And after that, the fodder becomes fodder really quick. Valverde, very small upgrade here. You may notice he only is getting 3 stats upgraded on his card, but he's getting a different playstyle plus, going from Relentless plus to long ball. I think that's a very meta change there. I have no problem with that. His overall rating isn't even changing. Now, it's a little different for Cole Palmer and Bruno Fernandes. They're kind of getting the biggest upgrades out of this promo. Bruno Fernandes is getting like +8 pace, which was needed, but his playstyle plus is not changing. Palmer's getting +5 pace, making him super usable. But his playstyle plus is not changing either, and the rest of his card, same with Bruno, just got some small upgrades. I would imagine those are going to be pretty pricey today since they're big names. They're the cornerstones of this promo, if you will, right? You know, Reinders looks great too. He didn't get that big of an upgrade. Nico Williams, just a small +1 for him. So in terms of the upgrades, it looks like EA has done a good job here of not giving cards crazy boosts right away and keeping the power curve kind of in the same spot that it was. I don't think any cards in this promo team are getting a playstyle plus that didn't already have a playstyle plus as well. That's a big part of this. Now, there are some cards that look really good. Like Wendy Renard got +20 something pace because she's not usable with her gold card at 48 pace, and now she has 75. I like that. It makes her usable. Same thing with the Bruno, right? Bruno's not the greatest, but now this card is going to be pretty good and pretty usable because of the pace boost that he got. I'm a fan of that. Oyarzabal looks awesome. That might be a card we have to keep an eye on. Luis Diaz looks very good too with this small upgrade. We got Ryan Yates for Forest. He looks okay. I'm curious to see the play styles that are on his card. Taliso looks usable. Malik Tillman looks really good for a USA card there. And then you get down here to the bottom. At least Di Lorenzo looks really good to me. 86 pace, 82 defense and physical, but he shouldn't be too expensive. Orsolini looks solid as well. Actually, O'Sullivan doesn't look bad for an NWSL team. But, you know, Carl, Brad Guzan, Chara, Lori, and Sedan here, they don't look the greatest of cards. Again, not every promo player in these teams is going to really appeal to all of us. Football is a sport that's across the world, and there's a lot of different fans from a lot of different places. So one card that might excite you may not excite me, and vice versa. But I think this feels a lot like last year in terms of the cards that we were getting in this promo team. You've got some nice cards in the middle and some great cards in the top, and then the fodder down below is kind of like, okay, those are the cards that we're most likely going to pack. So I'm not really saving a whole lot of packs today. I'm probably going to do a couple of the SBC sets that I haven't done yet, like the Early Access Challenge 2. And maybe the England 66 challenge, because I still have not finished that one, just to at least feel like I have something to open packs for today, just to try it out and test my luck. But I would not go super crazy with it because, let's be honest, promo cards, they're probably not going to be super packable. I'd be surprised if they were today. We'll be looking at pack percentages and odds and stuff like that, but that's not really the point of this promo. The point of this promo is the SBCs and the objectives that we know we can get our hands on, because this is where things could get really fun. Now, this is really good looking right here, Ben. Flashback Leon Goretzka, tweeted first by FIFA Trading Romania. And since it's a flashback SBC, if you guys remember, flashback SBCs usually take you back to a younger period in a player's career, maybe before Goretzka got huge. So maybe the physical and the defense in this Goretzka would be a little bit less, but maybe his pace would be a little bit more. Not really sure. I don't know if these are official stats, but that's kind of like the concept that I would figure this to be. Goretzka's always been famously a card who's been around like the Hullet gang. Like, you know, he had some really high rated cards back in the past. I think maybe he was an 87 rated a few years back. Now he's only an 82, but like that card is an 82 is pretty crazy. So flashing back in time, I think Goretzka is going to go to higher rated, and this does look like it has potential to be a really solid early game SBC. Bayern links, German links as well, kind of the FIFA overpoweredness there too. However, our question remains, is this the big bombazo tweet that Foot Police Leaks is making a massive deal about? We're still waiting for the news. Guys, it's 2 days later after this tweet, almost 1 million views on this thing, and we have no explanation for what this leak is. Or do we? Guys, Foot Police Leaks actually hit the line in the DMs yesterday. This is a rarity. I got a DM from a leaker. This never happens. And he did shed a little bit of light on the situation. He didn't tell me much, but what he did tell me is kind of what he said here in this tweet. 1 Bombazo for the promo, 1 for the SBC for Goretzka. But the rest of this isn't even something that he expects to be coming on the game today. He said it's not coming today, maybe after the weekend. He was really vague about it. I totally understand, because if he told me, then I would tell you probably, and you know, whatever. But he don't expect any like crazy leaks, I guess, from him today. But the one thing I'll say is, man, like, you get us excited with this leak. Now we have high expectations. I talk about this all the time. With leaks in this game, we have expectations that are created, because this makes us think, oh, dip, something crazy is about to happen. And now it's like, where's the news, man? Like, when are we going to hear what this is? Is it going to be happening? So we'll watch out for that. But I don't know. The leak situation for me, I do wish we had a game without leaks, even though we talk about them a lot because they impact the market. You have to stay on top of them, but you just know how much better it would be without them. I digress. Sorry for coming to my TED Talk here. Let's talk about the content that we actually should be getting today, which is this SBC. I believe Zubimendi is the SBC that we're getting today, guys. He looks like an okay card. I have Endo as my CDM right now. It might be an upgrade over him. It might not be. We'll have to see what the price is on this one. We have a couple other SBCs leaked. Actually, I think we just have one more. We have Muhammad Kudus. This is a 100% a must complete for me as a Spurs fan. I'll be getting this one done. These are predicted stats, by the way. These are actual stats for Zubimendi, no playstyle plus. We'll have to see what his other playstyles are. You need a shadow or a hunter or something here to boost up the pace for sure on this card. But good defending, good passing and dribbling for this stage of the game. If this SBC is like 50K or less, then I may be there to complete that one today. Again, that is the one that we expect to be on this game today. Allegedly, Goretzka is not coming today. He'll be later on in the weekend, and then Kudus will be sometime in between there. So that's kind of the situation with the SBCs right now. Once again, the whole Bombazo situation, man, like that's just still kind of on my mind. That's what we were all waiting for news on, and we don't have anything kind of talked about with that. And it's just, you know, it's the waiting game, right? It's the expectation of, oh my goodness, something insane is coming. And maybe it still is. Maybe it still is. But we got to wait for him to talk about what it is. And I feel like that actually reduces some of the fear that was there and some of the anticipation that there was for this promo. Again, all based on leaks, expectations. We're talking about it again. Anyways, a little bit of a mess, right? We do have evolution content that we expect today as well in this game. One of the Evos from earlier in the week, I just forgot about. It's been technically leaked since then, and I confused it with this 10,000 coin Evo. Guys, we still have this max 83 center mid evolution that is set to come to Ultimate Team. I believe this may be today as it is a paid Evo. We had a few more leaks on this yesterday as FutAccountant was saying that it's a stats boost, playstyles boost, and a new role. Rabiot fits. He also mentioned that pace does not get upgraded as a part of this evolution. Once again, though, it is paid. It's a paid Evo. Hopefully it's not more than 20, 30,000 coins because the 30,000 coin cover athlete Evo here does give some good boost, and there are a lot of potential upgrades with this. But, 30,000 coins is a lot at this stage of the game. So we'll just have to see. These guys really haven't posted too much about who fits the Evo and who doesn't. The only thing we know is Brahim doesn't fit, obviously, because he does not have the center mid position. But that does make me interested. Could you combine somebody in this Evo and this Evo? Paul Pogba, perhaps, but we need a pace upgrade for Pogba, right? That's the Evo card that a lot of us are looking forward to. With this Evo being leaked, though, one thing I do want to mention is there was a lot of cards when this was first tweeted out earlier in the week on Tuesday that went crazy in price. Like Kamavinga went from 27K up to 36. That's what happened with this crazy spike here. And then the Evo didn't come out, right? We had the other one and prices dropped. Maybe some of these cards move up again today. I actually just picked up a Kamavinga on bid for 21,000 coins. I'm not going to risk a whole lot today, but I'll at least risk 21,000 coins to see if he goes up to like 25 or something. I don't know. We'll just see. We'll play that one out and watch out for that one there. But that's the evolution content that we're expecting today based off of those leaks. Now, I want to talk about a couple more things because we, a few days ago, mentioned a free pack objective that's going to be dropping. Well, the objective's already here, right? It's the on your way objective. If you've already completed this, then today we should be getting, from retroactively completing this, 3 premium gold players packs tradable. That's 12 cards, all golds, 3 rares, and 180 plus in that pack tradable. Like right here, this premium gold players pack, there's going to be another objective, right? We looked at that pack code. Remember that? The free packs that we're getting today just for logging in or completing this objective. That's a good thing. That's going to supply the market. I think that's one thing over the weekend. It's going to bring some supply in. Lower tier cards, as we start to talk about the market stuff today, lower rated cards like the Lacroix, like the Rashford. We got to be careful with those, especially after content today. But until then, the other free packs that we're expecting today are those login ones. There's an 82 plus player pick and a 1 rare gold item pack just for logging into the game 3 days straight. And I think those would just be given to us in the store. So hopefully at the content drop today, we have going to the store 1 player pick and 1 pack that is given to us. Also, speaking about going to the store, free packs and the first promo Friday. Last year, the servers were down. And last year, I believe, on this very first Friday of FC25 is when we first saw that queue. Remember the the turnstiles are too busy to get into the FC25 match arena or whatever it said in the menus. The first queue, I think, was last year to get into Ultimate Team when the servers were down. And, that's just something to watch out for today. Other things to watch out for today, the last thing really of content today is this Cornerstones exhibition. This is a classic match, solo and co-op live event. This one does not seem competitive. This one seems to be a lot more chill. It looks like it's somewhat unlimited. I don't know. We don't know exactly all the details of this. It just says join in with at least one Evolutions player in progress or completed and show off your squad in this limited time event. It is a max 83 rated squad requirement. You can only have one card that is 85 or above, and you have to have one Evo player in your team. And it doesn't really say much about the rewards here, but what I would imagine is in the objective section, the rewards would show under the live events tab today. There would probably be a new objective here, and that's where the rewards would be. So watch out for that. Not something like super crazy, but that kind of replaces, I guess, our weekend league. We're looking for gameplay to play this weekend, rivals, and that would probably be the places to go in terms of gameplay. So that's kind of all the content that we're expecting today. Again, the Zubimendi SBC, the Center Mid Evo, and then some objectives, some SP refreshing and objectives as well, as we mentioned, and then the free packs and that tournament. Now let's talk about the market, because I don't have a lot of coins right now. I'm trying to create some quick flips and get some coins back from a couple of cards that I'm trading with. I bought a Marquisio, still trying to flip him, used him in our the early access finale tournament yesterday. Also bought some cheaper cards, which I actually have sold a couple of now. I bought some Tarams right around 4,000 coins and trying to sell them for 6, because there's a lot of people that are logging onto the game for the first time, and they need these cards. Actually, I just sold one right there. Sold the Cherokee that I was using yesterday. Those cheaper cards have moved up a little, and I think that the market today pre-content could actually move up a little bit more. There's the Kamavinga that I picked up as well, just in case he rises again today for the Evo. But after the content drop today, what we're really looking forward to at the market to really determine how things are going to move is what happens in the store. Of course, what we're expecting is what happened last week on Friday. And we're expecting 100K packs, these jumbo rare player packs, to return. If they do, prices are probably going to drop a bit again. Think about it. EA drops a new promo with a special version of Cole Palmer, Nico Williams, and Bruno Fernandes in packs. What's going to happen? People are going to spend money. They're going to open these packs. Not us, but some people are, right? That's going to bring supply to the market, and a lot of people are expecting drops because of this. If this pack is here, or if any big tradable packs like this are in the store, even if it's the 45K and the 25K packs, which have been there all week long, these are probably going to be there today, almost guaranteed. That's still going to bring a little bit of supply in. It's the first promo. People are going to open packs regardless, right? There's going to be some other untradeable packs. Once again, you can see right here how that is grayed out with a line through it. That means untradeable. This means tradable. So as you go and check that, you can know which ones are tradable and untradeable as you look at the store today. But the more tradable packs we get, the bigger packs we get, probably the bigger drop we are going to have after the content release today. Now, I must mention that last year, I forgot about this until I looked back just recently. Last year on this promo Friday, EA did not release promo packs, or they released the 45K and the 25K packs, and that actually impacted the market positively, and some cards actually started to go up in value because of that. It wasn't a crazy market rise, but it was kind of the opposite of what people were thinking. I do believe there's a lot of people wanting to buy today. I do believe that the top tier, kind of the more expensive cards in the market, like this Erling Haaland, like even some of these cards that are above 50,000 coins, not that they're super expensive, but these are a lot of the cards that people can afford right now. I do believe that these have a chance to go up still after content tonight. I don't think I will buy anything before the content drop, just to be safe. I like going into Promo Friday safe, because there's been crazy Promo Friday crashes before where EA drop a massive Evo, one of the 500K Evos from last year. If you guys remember, anytime one of those dropped, prices crashed on tons of cards, right? The paid Evo today for a center mid, if this Evo ends up being really good, that could impact the market. It could. People be spending coins on this. There's not a lot of coins early game. That could impact prices in that way. So I think it's best to stay liquid until we have the content drop today. But then after that, we'll be able to see, is there a window of opportunity to make some purchases on some cards. Will there be an opportunity to trade? And I think that there will be, because once we see whatever the promo is, whatever is out, unless there's something mad and super insane that's going to cause a further market crash, I do think some of these cards are going to rebound back up, at least over the weekend. I'm not saying that today's going to be the day to buy your team. I just think today's going to be an opportunity to pick up some cards for your team. Now, granted, like, you probably don't want to go too crazy buying somebody like even a Pedri in the midfield at 117,000 coins, or maybe even a card like Jude Bellingham, somebody who's going to play midfield for you, because we still have the leak here of this Goretzka that's out there. So, this is coming. This could hurt some midfielder prices in the future. For short term, there should be some buys and there should be some quick flips to make. But long term, I think we still need to be a little bit careful with who we're buying. But I think today, after the content drop, we're going to get a good idea of what there is. For quick flips today, I would recommend the rare cards. Silvers, yes, I'm recommending silvers. Heroes, icons, and the team of the week. Now, I will say, as we said yesterday, team of the week 2 is still pretty rare. Their prices dropped. Like, that's the lowest I've seen Dabinia, and that's definitely the lowest that I've seen at Eder Militao, 330,000 coins after he was like 400K for most of the day yesterday, just dropping in price, right? I do believe these cards will probably dip a bit more, but they are pretty rare. They could be good to trade with. So if you want to try to get active on the market, watch out for those things. The one part of the market that I would be scared to touch today, especially if there is supply, would be these cards. That's why I'm absolutely going to be selling my Taram, lower rated cards, right? Kind of those starter cards that people are going to be upgrading away from, that are going to get packed a lot more. Lacroix would absolutely be a part of that. Pedro Neto, he's up, right? He was 2.5K. Now he's 3.2 thousand coins. Chiesa will be a part of that too. Sure, these cards could still fluctuate a little in price, but I would take the safe route and sell those, because, again, we're getting to that time of the year. The longer and longer we go, the lower and lower those cards are going to go, because people are upgrading away from those and into higher rated and at least middle tier cards on this game. So that is the big story with the market today. I'll be watching that very closely. I'm going to get my coins back from these trades. I still think you might be able to trade before the content drop. If you want to get active, get on the market and do some stuff, like, go for it. I don't think there'll be a lot of crashes pre-content, but I do believe that post-content and right around that time, there will be some a definite watch on the store packs, and that'll really decide how the market reacts today on FC26. I hope there's something extra nice for this promo today, because it feels like we know everything. Zubimendi SBC, evolution that's paid, free packs and objectives is cool. The the tournament here looks decent as well. Maybe a little bit of a surprise. Maybe we will end up figuring out what the Bombazo leak is. Maybe he'll tweet about it. We'll have to see, but we'll be going through it every single step of the way today. If you guys want to follow along, make some buys with us, hopefully make some coins, and then get involved on a fun promo Friday. Make sure you come by around the content drop for the stream. We'll be here. We'll be on Twitch. We'll be on TikTok as well. Appreciate all of you guys' support. Hope you have a great Friday, and I will see you later today in the stream. It's been TheFutAccountant. Peace out.